It's time to say goodbye to hold music and say hello to fast customer support with Service Cloud. With trusted AI and data working together, you can skip long wait times and deliver efficient, personalized service right away, all while keeping support costs low and more customers happy. Reimagine your customer support with the #1 AI CRM for service. Learn what's possible at salesforce.com/products/service.
This episode is brought to you by Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School of Business. Want to advance your career or switch fields? An MBA from Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School of Business can help. Earn your degree from a top-ranked business school with a thought-provoking curriculum, one-on-one leadership coaching, support from experienced career counselors, and full-time, online hybrid, and accelerated MBA formats. Join the intelligent future. Visit cmu.edu/Tepper to learn more.
Welcome to Color Me Dead. This is a true crime podcast, and we talk about murder and fuckery most foul in detail while using the darkest of humor.
If you don't like words like fuck and cunt, then you probably shouldn't listen. But if you do, then join us.
If you don't know Color Me Dead, it's one of the shows on our network. The amazing and beautiful Angel and Nikki host an intense, in-depth comedic podcast about true crime, and everyone loves it. Something they were doing caught my eye. Something amazing. Something amazing about their Facebook group. All the members were engaged. Not only are their fans engaged, but their fans share their lives with each other. They donate to the Color Me Dead Patreon. They ask the girls to come to their hometown. It's like a big Color Me Dead family. It is a tribe. So I did what any normal person would do. I scrapped my failed Facebook group, Age of Radioheads, and asked Nikki to help me manage the Age of Radio Facebook page and Facebook group, which we changed the name to Addicted to Podcasting by Age of Radio. My name is Jeremy Quintanilla. This is the story of my life as I build my family business, dive into politics, figure out how to leave a legacy, and all the other adventures life has in store. You're listening to Age of Jeremy Season 2 Tribe. A tribe is any group of people, large or small, who are connected to one another. They're connected to one another, they're connected to the leader, and they're connected to the idea. This is the definition set forth in the book Tribe by Seth Godin. The book was published 10 years ago. I think that it rings even more true today, however. In his book Tribes, Seth talks about organizations. Organization gives us the ability to create complex products. They provide the muscle and the consistency necessary to get things to market and to back them up. Most important, though, organizations have the scale to care for large tribes. But organizations don't have to be factories, not anymore. Factories are easy to outsource. Factories can slow you down, they can slow down the organizations of the future, and the organizations of the future are filled with smart, fast, flexible people on a mission. The thing is that this requires leadership. It has been 10 years since Seth wrote these words, and the future is here. But only some organizations have come into the future. I want Age of Radio to be this organization. I want Age of Radio to be an organization of the future. When I first started Age of Radio, I was spending about $200 a month on advertisements. Now, it was important because it helped grow our shows a little bit, but the problem is that I didn't know who was listening. And that's one of the biggest problems that I have with podcasting from a marketing perspective, is I don't know who our actual audience is. I originally had all these grand thoughts of building an app that could track the IP address of the listeners and we can find information about them, which of course is something that I want to do, but then I joined the Color Me Dead Facebook group. And what was interesting is I could see their audience. It was there on their Facebook page. I could see it in black and white. Their audience was right there. Not only did they know who listened to their show, they knew all of the people that loved them. And here were the people who told the other people about their podcast. Here were people that became friends with other people because of their love for true crime, specifically Color Me Dead true crime. And that is what I wanted. I want a community of fans. But I learned a long time ago that I can't do everything. Sometimes it takes a team to lead people. So what are the steps to building a tribe? The most important thing is having a vision statement or defining the purpose. If you are not familiar with vision, mission, or purpose statements, here's kind of a little summary. The vision statement, mission, or purpose statement is a formal summary of the aims and values of a company, organization, or individual. It is a statement that drives each of the individuals that subscribe to it. It defines why they are doing the work they are doing. You can have a personal mission statement, you can have a family mission statement, your small business can have one, different teams that you work on can have them. There's a book by the late Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a self-help book, and for the most part, it's pretty good. It's a pretty quick read. If you have maybe an afternoon, you can knock it out. The first habit that he talks about is begin with the end in mind. This is the key to any successful life. Don't spend life working, aimlessly tackling whatever job is at hand. Have a vision for your future and align your actions according to making it a reality. You must have a mission. So I looked up some of my favorite companies, and I am going to list a few examples of the ones that I like, so you kind of have an idea of what a mission statement sounds like if you're unfamiliar. So GE, General Electric, their mission statement is build, move, power, and cure the world. Very epic. Google, to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Microsoft, to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Disney, to be one of the world's leading producers and providers of entertainment and information, using our portfolio of brands to differentiate our content, services, and consumer products. We seek to develop the most creative, innovative, and profitable entertainment experiences and related products in the world. That's kind of a mouthful, but essentially that's what Disney is doing. So here's one of my personal favorites, because it's Age of Radio. But Age of Radio's mission statement is to shape the universe by providing products and services for individuals and companies to share their stories. We believe that every person and brand has a story to share, and we want to help them share that story through podcasting and other innovative outlets. And that's the reason why we do everything that we do at Age of Radio, is because of that mission statement. So how about our Age of Radio tribe? It's one of the most important things that you can do for a community is to create a vision and to have a vision. So with the Age of Radio tribe, well, what is it that we want people to get out of being a part of our community? We want them to connect with other people that have an affinity for podcasting. See, the goal of the community is to connect people that found each other because of podcasting. So after some thought, I kind of created this tribal mission statement. It's to connect people through their love of podcasting and grow their knowledge of podcasting and related interests. I'm going to read it one more time because I like it. To connect people through their love of podcasting and grow their knowledge of podcasting and related interests. The reason why I added related interests into that is because podcasting comes from the love of podcasting comes from people that have other interests, such as production, videography, audio mastering, music, theater, arts, etc. And it even comes down to like related topics that people have. So like in our Addicted to Podcasting Facebook group, there's a lot of true crime aficionados. So we have a lot of people that like true crime and they like talking about true crime. There's a lot of people that like geekdom and technology. And all of those things are related to that love of podcasting, or the love of podcast, or people that love podcasting also like those types of topics. And so that's something that we all have in common as well, that we can share with each other. And that's why it's important that I added the added interests in there. So once you have a vision statement, the next thing that you need to have a place for everyone to connect. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, because I'm not a huge fan of Facebook. Other than reconnecting with my friends Charlie and Adam, and they're the hosts, two of the three hosts from the Learning to Curse podcast. I was on a 13-year hiatus from having friends, apparently, and I was able to reconnect with them through Facebook. So that did benefit me. So I can't disregard that, I guess. But I find absolutely no value in Facebook at all. It exploits your information for profit, of which you make absolutely no money off of that exploitation. And to be honest, I exploit that information as well, because we generate leads through Facebook. So in reality, I imagine I'm no better, but I'm just being honest. And I don't think Mark Zuckerberg is a genius. I don't think he's that good at computer programming. And I think if your parents could buy you private lessons in computer programming and other tutors as a teenager, then I'm sure you would probably be more than you currently are now. And I think the only thing that's benefited Facebook is that Mark Zuckerberg is a capitalist. And he's really great at exploiting the people around him, just like every capitalist. Nonetheless, with perseverance, slavery, and exploitation, he has been able to become a billionaire by creating a worthless product that we all value at $181.06 per share as of this recording. But despite my disdain, and I'm sure a touch of jealousy, Facebook groups is by far the best place to connect. I can't disregard Facebook groups because I don't like Facebook, because I think Facebook groups is by far one of the best places to connect and have meaningful interactions with people on social media. So for virtual communities, it's a great place. And with the changes that Facebook has made after all of their privacy debacles, groups is going to take the stage on Facebook. And I think that is going to make it even a much better platform. Addicted to Podcasting is our Facebook group, so make sure that you join it. It is a place where people can connect to advertise their podcasts, they can learn about podcasting, and they can connect with each other about topics that the group finds interesting. If we're going to live in a virtual world, I do believe that FB groups is the best place to live, and this is our goal. It's to create a virtual community of podcasters, podcast enthusiasts, and like-minded people to discuss true crime, politics, games, video games, movies, the paranormal, and all the other cool shit that makes podcasters and podcast enthusiasts cool. So whether you're going to live in a virtual reality or have weekly meetups for your community or a mixture of both, you need to have a place for your tribe to congregate, a place where they can come together, mix, mingle, share ideas, and better serve the community that you've created. The third thing that you need to have is shit to do. The goal of the community is for the tribe to communicate with each other. But if they don't have a leader starting the conversations or starting activities, it is hard to get off the ground. So here are some of the things that we tried. 1, every day a different person of our marketing team has put out a podcast that they listened to the week before or that they're listening to. 2, we were also trying to do what we called a text-isode. It's a topic that we present to the tribe and they can communicate about it. It went well for the first couple of them, but then we just kind of fell off. 3, then we tried what we called a sound-off, where we asked people to respond to something, like what podcast they listened to recently or what their favorite movie was. 4, I tried asking a question once a week, like did people prefer Apple or Google, and that had a pretty good response. But I did learn something very, very valuable in all of this, is that is that you have to provide good content to people, and you have to provide that content consistently.
Okay, everybody, it's Michael E. Cullen II.
And I'm Sesame and Carta from the All Too Real 2 podcast. We're passionate about movies, TV, and pretty much all things pop culture.
Dive into the chaos of failed sitcoms, direct-to-video sequels, and the quirky realms of cinema and TV.
Join us every Thursday for your dose of All Too Real 2 entertainment.
We'll guide you through debates like whether Howard the Duck qualifies as a superhero.
Ponder if Larry the Cable Guy could be the new Rock or Schwarzenegger.
Discover if some shows and movies should have stayed in the cutting room.
Ever heard of a sitcom featuring that dictator with the funny mustache? Well, we watched it.
We're dedicated to unraveling the peculiarities of pop culture, sometimes with awesome guests.
So, if you're into the eccentric world of pop culture,
listen and subscribe to All Too Real 2.
Available wherever you find podcasts
and on Age of Radio.
The key to providing content and gaining engagement is that that content has to be good, and it has to be good so people will engage with it. And then you need to make sure it is consistent. And lack of consistency is the number one reason people, families, businesses, and communities fail. And that's what we have to get better at. We have to create content that we're going to put out every single week, and we have to make sure that that content comes out at the same time every week. And there's one concept or tool that's really going to help with consistency, and that's automation. And that's what we're going to talk about next time.
Age of Jeremy would like to give special thanks to Seth Godin for letting us use his book Tribes as the name and jumping off point for Season 2. Buy his best-selling book Tribes, linked below. Our Season 2 song is Autumn by Trophy Eyes from their album American Dream, released in America by Hopeless Records. Age of Jeremy was recorded using Steinberg's Cubase, Audio-Technica mics, Audio-Technica headphones, Focusrite interfaces, and Waves plugins. Check out the links in the description below.